The Ringers NFL draft analyst Todd McShay talking about what he's hearing relative to Ty Simpson, Alabama quarterback.
I'm a big Ty Simpson fan,
Okay.
despite the 6-1, the injuries, and the 15 starts. But I'm already starting to hear people like, could he go as high as Cleveland?
Really?
Sitting there at 6. And I hope for Ty Simpson he does not become a Cleveland Brown. They don't have the protection. They don't have the weapons. I'd love to see him with the Rams. They pick at 13 to the first of their 2 picks. But it's fascinating to see a guy who has gastritis, got beat up all year long. His number 1 wide receiver disappeared in Ryan Williams. They had like the 126th best rushing attack at Alabama, which like Bear Bryant's rolling over in his grave. And it all fell apart at the end of the year. But I think he's different. And I think that there's some teams out there that are just trying to be really quiet about it, because everyone's talking about Mendoza and then the rest of the quarterbacks suck. It's just not the deal. And Ty Simpson's going to go somewhere in the first, and it won't shock me if it's in the top 15.
Yeah, I don't see that. I don't see the Browns using pick 6 on Ty Simpson. What are your thoughts on that?
He's a fun quarterback, but I don't see them doing it either. And you laid out a lot of the reasons, and even if they were to trade back a little bit, I still don't think that's terribly likely. 24 maybe, if he's still on the board. But I think he's a worse prospect than Jackson Dart was last year, and Jackson Dart went at the end of the first round. The Browns could have traded up for him if they wanted to. So are they really going to pay what would be a much higher sticker price to get a quarterback that, at least in my view, maybe they view it differently. They think he's better. I don't know how they get there, but they could. Are going to take him in the top 10 potentially? That just it doesn't make sense. And I think a lot of this is we get in this whole zone of, and look, he seems like a great kid in terms of the interview stuff, in the press conference and all that. And he's the second quarterback, and it's always this weird thing of where those guys go. But so often we project these guys to go. We did this all offseason where we saw people putting Shedeur Sanders at 2. He went in the 5th round. Tyler Shuck was as high as 9 last year. Went in the 2nd round. I think it's far more likely that Ty Simpson is going to be later than people are projecting than to be this high.